Hello, everybody. Hello, this is Daniel coming to you. Want to go ahead and chat with you guys for just a little while. Today was just an amazing day, especially for everyone connected to Care Bars International, and especially if you got a chance to participate. Earlier, we had Mr. Robert Kiyosaki on a live stream that we got. Ooh, man, it was good. It was good. And we had some other great live events that happened via Zoom and other things throughout the day. So we had a very productive day in Bars. But I definitely want to share some of my biggest takeaways from Mr. Robert Kiyosaki while he was chatting today. Hey, Karen, welcome to the live stream. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. And we are live on Facebook along with Periscope. And of course, we'll probably send this over to YouTube later on. But guys, it was definitely, ladies and gentlemen, it was definitely a great content, rich webinar with Mr. Robert Kiyosaki. So you enjoyed it too, right, Karen? Man, it was good stuff. He shared a lot of content. He really did. I'm literally only sharing my key takeaways because there was a lot of information and my notes are pretty full, but there's just a few things that really jumped out at me because I've read the book Fake by Robert Kiyosaki. A lot of people have not gotten that book. It's a brand new book, and he goes in detail on fake assets, well, fake money, fake assets, fake teachers. So of course, he illuminated on some of that content also. But there was just some specific points that he made today that just like jumped out at me. And it's funny because one of the ones that I wrote down, pretty much the bulk of it, Mr. Michael Delco mentioned it during our live empowerment call that we had with Miss Cheryl Ann Goldberg, the very first affiliate for North America for Care Bars International. And we just had ourselves a good time on the empowerment call. I mean, if you were on that empowerment call, you know exactly. Man, Lucia with the solution, man, he be coming up with some creative ways to introduce and chat about Care Bars International. So we had ourselves a good time. So before I start rambling on, so definitely this is Daniel Higgins. For those who don't know, I'm an independent affiliate with Care Bars International. Kind of saying that more from my Periscope following that I'm recreating, so to speak. So guys, I'm gonna chat just very shortly about some of the key takeaways that I took from our live webinar that we had earlier today with Robert Kiyosaki. Okay, so I'm going to just chat about that. Hey, what's going on, Sharon? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome. So here's some of the key things, right? He talked about some great content. Okay, I'm only bringing out the key points that really jumped out at me. Okay, because there was a lot of good content, right? So one thing he mentioned, and it just pierced inside of me, was he said, rich is a number, right? So he said, rich is a number, right? Yep, he did say that. Gold, silver, God's money, Bitcoin is the people's money. Yep, he said that too. That's very important to understand because gold and silver, that's the real money, right? So when we focus in with Care Bars International, we have the benefit of always being able to acquire real money, physical gold, okay? The best quality physical gold, right? So it's just amazing. He said, rich is a number. So you reach a million, you reach whatever, it's just a number, right? But he said wealth. He said wealth is measured in time. Oh my goodness. When he said that, I wrote it down and I put a big old star next to it. I was like, "Woo, man, that just hit me." So why did that hit me so much, right? So that illustrates to me a key wealth building point that maybe I was never exposed to before reading a few different books. especially Robert Kiyosaki books, but then also too in The Richest Man in Babylon, it talks about creating so much passive income that no matter how you spend, it's almost like you have an endless supply, right? So wealth is measured in time. How long could you, yes, I agree, completely, super powerful. So, how long can your money last for you? How long can you go? Just boom, you're not working, and man, that you just have that wealth, that passive income just coming in. And especially in this book, The Richest Man in Babylon, it talks about it a lot. Creating such a massive income that you can spend how you want to spend, and your lifestyle now and everything you do in your lifestyle can never catch up to the wealth that you've created. So wealth is measured in time. And then Mr. Delco came behind it and said later in the day, he said, you know what? Robert Kiyosaki's wealth is generational, generational, generational. He won't be able to spend it all. Uh, he won't be able to spend it all, right? So there's several people that have positioned themselves for massive abundance and have situated themselves for wealth, right? So wealth is measured in time. Guess what our team name is? Guess what word our team name is? Our team is Wealth Builders Worldwide. And it's actually ironic and almost very, very connected because Mr. Delco said not too long ago, he said, wealth builders. Let's continue to focus on what we should always be focused on, building wealth for our families. Now, we do that in Care Bars International. We focus in on that every single power call, every single live event, every single webinar that we have. That's our focus to help people create wealth. Our team name is Wealth Builders Worldwide. And we are doing that actively right now. And Karatbars International is the vehicle that we're connected to, and we are doing that with. We are acquiring and saving physical gold. We get paid to keep our own money. If you've read Robert Kiyosaki's newest book, Fake, he talks about the best decision he's ever made. This is straight quote from his book. The best decision he's ever made was to acquire gold, to find gold, to get gold. He said that was the best decision he ever made. That is straight from his book. You definitely want to get that book by Robert Kiyosaki called Fake. Fake money, fake teachers, fake assets, because he goes in and he's very, very, very clear, right? So that was the one of the biggest takeaways that I had from today's live webinar. It was amazing to have him live with us. It was a very, very, very special time. So I definitely enjoyed it. Like I mentioned, I took several notes, but I wanted to just focus in on that one key point and just drive that thing. He said, wealth is measured in time. So that's the biggest difference with what we're doing, right? What we're doing is creating wealth, especially generational wealth. So Mr. Ty Best, our leader of Wealth Builders Worldwide, right? He has mentioned this so many times. He says it's very unique to be in a place where you have time freedom and financial freedom all together. He said that's very unique because a lot of times people will have a whole lot of money, so they have the dollar, the number rich, right? But they don't have wealth. They don't have freedom. They don't have the flexibility to move how they want to move. They don't have the flexibility to go where they want to go. They don't have that time freedom and the money. Usually it's a either or, a swap. So he loves Carrot Bars International, Mr. Ty Best, because he knows, being financially free himself for over 20 years, he knows that this vehicle is positioned perfectly and has created both. So time freedom and financial freedom. And Robert Kiyosaki nailed it right on the head today and said, wealth is measured in time. So definitely give back with whoever's sharing Care Bars International with you. It was definitely an honor to be connected to a live webinar by Mr. Robert Kiyosaki. He really just went in, right? Now, here is another little side part that he just kind of said in passing. He said, I maxed out on gold. He just kind of said that in passing. I maxed out on gold. So he's been an advocate. He's always been saying, hey, acquire physical gold. He's said that multiple times. It's throughout all his books. And it's especially in his most recent book called Fake. And then if you've ever seen, or if you ever have an opportunity to grab one of these, The Richest Man in Babylon, do it. Do it. It's a great book, a great easy read. And one of the key points that it talks about here is creating so much passive income, controlling your expenses, right? Mr. Robert Kiyosaki mentioned that today, controlling your expenses and then going right in and keeping more of your income so you can tap into wealth, having that generational wealth. So guys, get back with whoever is sharing Care Bars International with you. They absolutely have your best interests at heart. So get back with that person. If that person is me, go right to my website, kickstartyourdreams.net. If Karen is sharing this with you, if who else is hanging out with me? Karen is sharing this with you. If Sharon is sharing this with you, get back with the person sharing this information with you. And once again, if that person is me, go straight to my website, kickstartyourdreams.net. We had the honor and the pleasure of being connected with Mr. Robert Kiyosaki earlier, and he definitely just dropped some words of wisdom. There's several other things that he talked about, but I want to keep this short and sweet, and I want to just hone in on one important big takeaway that I had from today's webinar, or the webinar earlier. All right, because it's about 1 a.m. where I'm at, so I'm already in a new day, right? So guys, get back to whoever is sharing Care Bars International with you. Hey, what's going on, Miss Morgan? How are you doing? It's good to see you on the live stream. So get back whoever's sharing Care Bars with you. If Morgan is sharing it with you, get back with her. She's awesome. These are people that I know, people that I've met right face to face, because we have live events. We have a live event called Let's Go Weekend, where we get to connect with people all over the world. And then also in Care Bars, we've had freedom celebrations. Our freedom celebrations literally pop up all throughout the world. So I had the pleasure of meeting several of our global affiliates in the Freedom Celebration in LA several years ago. And then also I saw a lot of those people come to Let's Go Weekend in Atlanta, which of course we had to postpone the live event due to everything going on with the health crisis. But moving forward, of course, we'll tap into not just connecting face to face when we're allowed, but also jumping in online. So yeah, always a pleasure, Morgan. You know, we always have a good time chatting and talking and trying to take pictures, but then they come out blurry because we're laughing too much. You know how it is. So yeah, so guys, thank you for hanging out with me tonight, today, wherever you're at in this awesome world. Get back with the person who's sharing Care Bars International with you. Earlier today, we had the pleasure of being connected to a live webinar with Robert Kiyosaki. My biggest takeaway, he said a lot of great things. My biggest takeaway was wealth is measured in time. So we want to position you for wealth. Our team is wealth builders. We are amassing wealth for our family by acquiring and saving physical gold. We get paid to keep our money. We're in a system where we are not spending. We're in a system where we are taking, just as an example, you take a dollar bill, you gave somebody 4 quarters, you exchanged. You made an exchange. So what we're doing here is we're taking our currency and whatever amount you decide to do, because this is a free gold saves account. It's self-directed and it's a free gold savings account. That's why you want to get back with the person who's sharing this with you immediately. So you take whatever amount of currency you want to keep and you just move it into physical gold. You did not lose, you exchanged. You did not purchase, you exchanged. So just like how you take the dollar and you take the 4 quarters and you exchange, that's all we're doing here. That is all we are doing. All right. Ah, I see you, Sharon. Hey, listen, Mr. Matthew Taylor is a sharp looking guy. Okay. He's a sharp looking guy. And we have discussed this at length. Mr. Matthew Taylor and I are really close. So we are Carrot Bar's twins. He and I are very sharp looking guys. So it's all right, Sharon, if you get us mixed up. We are both wealth builders. We are both amassing wealth for our families, and we're both building global organizations, and we are here to support your goals and dreams and help as much as possible, right? So that's funny. Yeah, that has happened. All right, guys. So thank you so much. Get back with the person who's sharing this information with you. They really have your best interests at heart. It is free to join Carrot Bars International. There's no requirements. There's no mandatory anything. It is a self-directed free gold savings account. And the company rewards you for sharing that information with other people. And definitely big congratulations to one of my new business partners in Trinidad. He got his first new affiliate, and I was just chatting with his new affiliate. And then also big congratulations to one of my personal friends, Miss Jeslyn, for getting jumped in. And she will she started her free gold savings account too. So, but yeah, absolutely. So, guys, thank you so much. Get back with whoever sharing Care Bars International with you. Ooh, I'm telling you, wealth is measured in time. Robert Kiyosaki just, ooh. All right, guys. Thank you so much. You guys have a great day, great night, great afternoon. Just depends on where you're at in this awesome world that we live in. And get back whoever's sharing this great information with you. They literally have your best interests at heart. Enjoy your night, day, afternoon, wherever you're at in this awesome world, okay? Good night, guys.